श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओ 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 श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 जय जय Ram. Now we will do mental chanting silently. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram. Beginningless and endless Param Pujya Papa, you are all pervading. You have manifested as the entire universe, and you reside in everything. We pray for your blessings, for the eradication of all conflicts and fights in all parts of the world, and for the bestowal of peace and happiness on one and all, within and without. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om Pranams to you all. Today the article we will read, make God your guide and guardian. Make your God guide and guardian. Many people do not understand the significance of the divine descent. The avatar anyway less. The avatar may move amongst men as a man and talk and play with them. But all these in no way diminish the splendor of the avatar. Though the judge of the Supreme Court plays with his grandson at home, yet it does not diminish his status as the judge of the Supreme Court. He may play with his grandson as a grandfather, but he is a judge in the Supreme Court. The glory of Ramanama. Tulasi Das was a great devotee of Lord Rama, the avatar of Treta Yuga. He wrote Ramacharita-manas, the Ramayana in Hindi. His original name was Rambola. His father's name was Atmaram Dubey, and mother's name was Hulsi. Narahari Das was his teacher, who narrated the story of Rama to him. Rambola was a pious lad who enjoyed chanting the glory of Rama in verses composed by him. People who watched him thought that he would become a great ascetic. There was a family in that village which wanted to give away their daughter in marriage to Tulasidas. They approached Narahari Das with a marriage proposal, but Tulasidas rejected the offer. With the passing of the years, Narahari Das was getting old day by day. He thought that he should get Tulasidas married so that he could feel the pinch of responsibility. After considerable persuasion from Narahari Das, Tulasidas agreed to marry the girl Ratnavali at last. From the second day of the marriage, mad love for Ratnavali started in Tulasidas. He was madly He was madly enamored of her and would not part company with her at any time. He did not allow his wife to visit her mother's house even once. He would eat food all the time gazing at her. 3 years passed in this manner. Then one day, he was compelled to allow his wife to visit a bereaved family which was related to Ratnavali. Tulsidas said that he also had a similar honor to undertake. But before leaving the house, he strictly instructed his wife that she should not go anywhere. On her return from the bereaved family, she found that her husband had not yet returned. She wanted to avail this chance to go and see her parents. She locked the house and went to her parents. Ratnavali used to wonder why Tulsidas, who had devoted all his time so earnestly and intensely to Rama, gave up his entire spiritual endeavor after marrying her. Earlier he used to do Rama and all bhakti. But after marriage he left everything. So she was wondering why he left. So Ratnavali used to wonder why Tulsidas, who had devoted all his time so earnestly and intensely to Rama, gave up his entire spiritual endeavor after marrying her. She decided to spend that night in her parents' house. People used to go to bed between 7:30 p.m. and 8 p.m. in those days. Ratnavali and her parents went to bed early after bolting the doors. Tulsidas returned to the village at 10 o'clock at night. When he went to his house, he found that it was locked. The neighbors informed him that Ratnavali had gone to her parents' house. It was raining very heavily then. Though drenched completely in the downpour, he walked to the house of Ratnavali, his clothes soaked in rain. So Ratnavali saw her husband drenched in rain. Water was dripping from his clothes. She became enraged with his infatuation and said to him, "Fie on you, why this mad infatuation for this body which is full of flesh, urine and stool? Such infatuation is unbecoming on the part of one who used to chant the name of Rama in unceasing glory. You would have been liberated by this time had you diverted all the fervor of your love to Rama. You have turned into a madman, oblivious of the high goal of your life." The words of Ratnavali found their mark on Tulsidas. He turned away from her and walked his way to Prayag and stayed there for 3 days. From there, he went to the Chitrakuta mountain. He considered his wife as his teacher because it was she who had opened his eyes. The glory of the name of Rama is very great. Long ago, Prachitas composed 100 crore slokas, verses. Devas, demons and humans distributed these slokas amongst themselves. Out of 100 crore slokas, each of them got 33 crores. 3 crore stanzas. But one sloka which consisted of 32 letters remained. Devas, demons and humans distributed those 30 letters, each getting 10 letters. After the distribution of 30 letters, only 2 letters remained. The 2 letters were Ra and Ma, adding up to make the word Rama. This word Rama consists of 3 Bijaksharas, each standing for supernatural forces. Ra is the Agni Bija. Ra is the Agni Bija, fire principle. Agni Bija means fire principle. A is the Surya Bija, sun principle. Ma is the Chandra Bija, moon principle. Hence, when we utter Rama's name, the Surya Bija dispels the darkness, the Agni Bija destroys sins, and the Chandra Bija gives coolness. When we utter Rama, so many things takes place. Three Bijaksharas, each standing for supernatural forces. Ra is the Agni Bija, that is fire principle. A is the Surya Bija, sun principle. Ma is the Chandra Bija, moon principle. Hence, when we utter Rama's name, the Surya Bija dispels the darkness, the Agni Bija dispels the Surya Bija dispels the darkness, the Agni Bija destroys sins, and the Chandra Bija gives coolness. So much of power is there to that Rama. The importance of purity in life. The mind is ever ready to enter any activity except spiritual activity. The mind is ever ready to enter any activity except spiritual activity. It is through the mind that we make an endeavor to understand morality, spirituality, science, etc. That is why man is not able to harvest joy to the extent of his expectation. This is the major mistake all of us make in our life. The mind assumes the role of an impediment in matters connected with divinity. The mind assumes the role of an impediment in matters connected with divinity. Therefore, the Vedantic teachers teach us that we should strive to nourish spirituality by arresting the vagaries of the mind. Only those who succeed in the cultivation of spiritual qualities can foster in them the qualities of love for the country and love for the religion of the country. Only those who succeed in the cultivation of spiritual qualities can foster in them the qualities of love for the country and love for the religion of their country. Patriotism is a great virtue. Patriotism is most essential for students. An Indian who does not understand the true nature of India is not an Indian at all. An Indian who does not understand the true nature of India is not an Indian at all, though he may glorify Indian culture and religion. India is a land of patriotism. There were great patriots of India who sacrificed their life for the freedom of India from the rule of British rulers. MBA students will be able to achieve a lot in their management understandings if they nourish deep-seated faith in divinity. If they nourish deep-seated faith in divinity, MBA students will be able to achieve a lot in their management undertakings if they nourish deep-seated faith in divinity. You should transform yourself into ideal boys. Neither the establishment of an equal society, nor a modern education system, nor even a new religion is the need of the hour today. The need of the hour is a band of people with pure heart. It is of no avail if you strive to achieve things without cultivating purity. Unity leads to purity, and purity brings in divinity. Unity leads to purity, and purity brings in divinity. Enmity starts where there is no unity. It is by constant contemplation of divinity that we can achieve purity. It is by constant contemplation of divinity that we can achieve purity. Vessels shine splendidly if they are scrubbed thoroughly. Room becomes clean by constant sweeping. We can become pure by constant and insistent contemplation of the Lord. As is the broom, so is the room. A dirty broom brings in dirt in the room. Similarly, a dirty mind brings in dirt in the heart. Young men should devote themselves to the service of the motherland. Imprint on your heart the excellence of Indian culture. Eminent scientists are tracing their path back to spirituality. You will be able to save the country if you foster spirituality now itself. India has a rich spiritual heritage. India has a rich spiritual heritage. It is the teacher to the whole world. India is the teacher to the whole world. People describe India as a poor country without properly understanding it. But miserliness and greed have brought the country to a beggarly condition. People have no sense of shame. They degrade the country without making any effort to uphold the name of the country. One must strive to eliminate even small mistakes, for perfection is the hallmark of a true human. You should nip your flaws in the very bud. The small flaws of today may assume discipline should follow you wherever you go. Discipline should follow you wherever you go. You must carry with you the qualities of humility and respect for parents and elders wherever you go. You must carry with you the qualities of humility and respect for parents and elders. The qualities of humility and respect for parents and elders wherever you go. I am spending crores of rupees on your education. What for? I want the youth to contribute to the progress and prosperity of our country. The discipline laid down in Swami's institutions is quite conducive to your well-being. Take for example the prayer that you do before taking food. It destroys the impurities to which food is prone to. The girls and boys in Swami's primary school say Brahmarpanam quite sincerely before they have their food. That is why they are very healthy. Education is for life, not for a living. Education is for life, not for a living. Education is not for just filling the belly. Character is the precious fruit of education. Youth nowadays allows themselves to be misguided by their friends. Friends gather around you in times of prosperity and they desert you in times of adversity. God is your true friend who is above you, below you, in you and around you. Good behavior is the hallmark of a true woman. Make God the guide and guardian of your life. This is from Bhagavan's discourse at Satya Sai Baba's. Kodaikanal, 28th April. Beautiful thing. What is the root cause of man's misery? Even though man is the embodiment of Sat Chit Ananda, existence, knowledge, bliss, he is unable to realize the truth and searches for Satchidananda in the external and physical world. Even though man is the embodiment of Satchidananda, Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means existence, Chit means knowledge, Ananda means bliss. He is unable to realize the truth and searches for Satchidananda in the external and physical world. What is the reason? The reason is that he all the time thinks of the world. He all the time thinks of the world. Runs after the worldly pleasures and thereby forgets his true self. This is the cause. The reason is that he all the time thinks of the world, runs after the worldly pleasures and thereby forgets his true self. He believes this world to be the reality and forgets the Lord. He believes this world to be the reality and forgets the world. This ignorance is the root cause of all his misery. This ignorance is the root cause of all his misery. Rama principle is the Atma. It is not that form and name. Anyway, tomorrow we will try. Little time is there, we will try to read little. The name undoubtedly brings in the grace of God. Mirabai, the queen of Rajasthan, gave up status and riches, fortune and family, and dedicated herself to the adoration of the Lord Giridhara Gopala. She was given poison and she was ordered to drink it. She uttered the name of Krishna. While she drank it, it was transformed into nectar by the grace the divine name evoked. So name has got so much, the poison has become nectar. Kirtan is the word used for the recital or singing of the name and glory of God. Sankirtan means reciting or singing well or aloud and with joy or in ecstasy. We can distinguish 4 different forms of Nama Sankirtan. Bhava Nama Sankirtan, that is emotion filled Sankirtan. Guna, that is divine quality oriented Nama Sankirtan. Then Leela, divine miracles related Nama Sankirtanam. And sheer simple Nama Sankirtanam. Different attitudes one can show towards God. Bhava Nama Sankirtan is the name given to recitals where the name is sung with one or other bhava, emotion or mental attitude towards the Lord. It can be Madhura Bhava, sweet emotion, as Radha was overpowered with. She saw, heard, tasted, sought and gained only that sweetness at all times and all places. Raso Vai Saha, God is in the form of essence. She made no distinction between nature and the nature's God. It was all God, all Krishna. She felt, experienced and knew that Krishna was ever present in the waking, dreaming and deep sleep states. She realized the truth of the Gita, declaration of Krishna, that his hands, feet, eyes, and head were everywhere. Her adoration of God is the supreme example of Madhura Bhava Nama Sankirtana. Then we have the Vatsalya Bhava, parental feeling, Nama Sankirtana. Yashoda, the foster mother of Krishna, can be taken as the ideal for this type of bhava. Though she had a series of experiences of Krishna being divine, she preferred to serve him as mother and to adore him as her son. Anuraga Bhava, lover, beloved feeling. Nama Sankirtan is exemplified best and in the purest form in the gopis. They install the Lord in their hearts, rid themselves of all earthly attachments, and lived only in his contemplation, all thoughts, deeds, and words being dedicated to him. Then there is the Sakhya Bhava, comrade feeling. Nama Sankirtan as found in Arjuna, who believed in Krishna as his most intimate friend and brother-in-law for the married Krishna's sister, and confided in him as a comrade. This too is an attitude that will attach you to divinity and sublimate the lower impulses. Dasya Bhava, servant master attitude. Nama Sankirtan is another type. This is another type of Nama Sankirtana. Serve the Lord as his faithful, unquestioning servant. This is the path of Hanuman in the Ramayana. He had no will or wish of his own. His prayer was to be fit instrument for the purposes of the master. We all know Papa also taken the same path, no? This is the bhava, yeah, dasya bhava, servant master. The Nama has the capacity to redeem, cure and save. The last attitude is Shanta Bhava, attitude of unruffled equanimity, Nama Sankirtan. Praising the Lord, whatever may happen, not deviated by ups and downs, bearing all the vagaries of fortune as his play. In the Mahabharata, you will find Bhishma saturated with this attitude. He adored Krishna even when Krishna was advancing towards him to kill him. Even Bhishma, when Lord Krishna was about to kill, but still that bhava was there for him. Another method of Nama Sankirtana is to remind oneself of the various exploits and sports, the various acts of grace and compassion which the Lord has manifested in the world while reciting his name. This is called Leela, divine miracle oriented, Nama Sankirtana. Chaitanya and Tyagaraja realized the Lord through this path. Others recollect more of the majesty, the glory, the might, the mystery, the magnificence, the munificence, the love with which God has clothed himself while reciting his name. This attitude is spoken of as guna, attributes, characteristics, Nama Sankirtan. Most of the saints gratefully honored in many lands are of this category. Another category is denoted by seekers who attach value to the syllables and sound of the name as such, irrespective of the meaning thereof. When the name is pronounced, they say it draws towards the aspirant God and his grace, whatever may be the bhava and whatever the leela or guna is associated with the Sankirtan or not. The Nama has a strength, a power, a capacity to redeem, cure and save. Alone and unaided they ever. So we'll see the next, the Nama, the name Rama is the potent liberator. That we will go through tomorrow. So nice, so many bhavas. Very, very happy. Papa's grace pouring on all of us. So he provided us these articles today. We don't know, something to read, so we just saw this book, so we got it. So nice. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om, pranams to you all. Hari Om.